Roman Reigns survived Backlash. He kept his title. But when the dust settled in Tampa, it wasn't the champion standing tall, it was the monster. And now, a voice from outside WWE has broken his silence. Jon Moxley has something to say to Roman Reigns, and something even darker to say to Jacob Fatu. Picture this: you're Roman Reigns. You just pinned your cousin at Backlash. You think the night is yours. Then Jacob Fatu locks in the Tongan death grip again, chokes you out, attacks the referee, superkicks every official in sight and stands over your limp body, holding your championship in the air while the lights go dark. That's not a loss. That's a haunting. Welcome back to Wrestling Streams, Familia. No filler. Just fire. I'm your host, and today we're breaking down one of the most electric storylines running in professional wrestling right now, the Reigns-Fatu war that refuses to end, and the moment Jon Moxley stepped into the conversation with a message that had the entire wrestling world talking. Let's get into it. Roman Reigns successfully defended his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Jacob Fatu at Backlash 2026 in Tampa, Florida. Throughout the match, Fatu repeatedly targeted Reigns with the vicious Tongan death grip, nearly choking the tribal chief unconscious. But Reigns, being the calculating veteran that he is, found a way to survive. He exposed the top turnbuckle, drove Fatu's skull into the steel on the rebound, and followed up with a spear for the pinfall. That should have been the end of it. Roman wins, Roman celebrates, Roman moves on. But Jacob Fatu is not built like other men. Immediately after the match ended, Fatu reapplied the Tongan death grip, choking Reigns out again. He attacked officials, superkicked everyone who came to stop him, including Raw general manager Adam Pearce, and when people thought he was finally leaving, he turned back around, reapplied the hold one final time, then raised Reigns' World Heavyweight Championship belt over the fallen champion as Backlash went off the air. Jacob Fatu lost the match. But Jacob Fatu won the night. Roman Reigns is not a man who lets things go unanswered. Backstage after the show, Reigns told interviewer Kathy Kelly, "This is why we should have never let Jacob in this company. You don't belong here, Jacob. There is no order with you. This is your last night here. Let that sink in, Familia." The head of the table, a man who built his identity around bloodline and loyalty, is now threatening to have his own cousin expelled from WWE. This isn't just a championship feud anymore. This is something deeply personal, deeply tribal, and deeply broken. And it didn't stop there. On the May 11th episode of Raw, Jacob Fatu obliterated Roman Reigns and the Usos during an acknowledgement ceremony, turning what was supposed to be Reigns' moment of celebration into complete chaos. The Samoan Werewolf will not be tamed. Not by Roman. Not by anyone. Here's what makes Jacob Fatu so compelling. After Backlash went off the air, Fatu delivered his own promo near the arena exit. He said that while he lost, how he ended the night matters more. He declared he just showed Roman who he truly is, and said the fans have never seen someone crash out in WWE the way he does. He described himself as raw and off the scale. Zero remorse. No regret. No acknowledgement of Roman's authority. Throughout their feud, Fatu has positioned himself as a disruptor, someone ready to fracture the established order. He has stated that Roman has never run into anyone like him. That's not trash talk. That's a man who genuinely believes in his own chaos. And the most dangerous person in any room is the one who has nothing to lose and everything to prove. Now this is where it gets fascinating, Familia. Across the wrestling universe, sitting in AEW, holding the Continental Championship, running the Death Riders, Jon Moxley has been watching. The Shield changed the landscape of WWE when they debuted in 2012. Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns are forever intrinsically linked. All three became WWE champions, all three dominated the main event scene. And even after Moxley left for AEW in 2019, that brotherhood never fully dissolved. With Roman Reigns being publicly choked out, stood over, and humiliated by a man from his own bloodline, Moxley has broken his silence. His message to Roman was one of solidarity, of respect, the kind of message only a brother can send. He reminded Roman that real ones don't forget where they came from, that the Shield's code, you fight your battles, but you don't fight them alone, still means something. But then came the other part of Moxley's message, the warning directed straight at Jacob Fatu. Because Moxley knows something the rest of the WWE roster is still figuring out: chaos has a ceiling. Moxley has lived in that darkness. He built a career on brutality, on instinct, on doing what others won't. And he's seen what happens when a man lets that chaos swallow him whole. He's been there. He came back from it. His warning to Fatu wasn't the standard "you can't win" speech. It was something heavier. It was recognition. Moxley looked at Jacob Fatu, a man choking out champions, attacking referees, standing over fallen bodies with stolen championships, and said, "I know who you are. I've been you. And if you don't find an anchor, this path destroys you." That's not a threat from an enemy. That's a warning from someone who's been to the edge and looked over. With the Reigns-Fatu feud growing increasingly violent, the road now leads to WWE Clash in Italy 2026, set for May 31st in Turin. A rematch between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu is expected to be a centerpiece of the card. Several potential stipulations are being discussed, given how physical and personal this feud has become. What kind of match can contain the violence Fatu is bringing to every single confrontation? And more importantly, can Roman Reigns survive it? Because right now, every time these two stand in the same building, Roman walks out with the championship. But Jacob Fatu walks out looking like the most dangerous human being in the company. Wins and losses are recorded, but legacy is written in moments. And right now, Fatu is writing his in blood and screams. Jon Moxley spoke. Roman Reigns responded. Jacob Fatu doesn't care about either of them. That's where we are, familia. A tribal chief fighting for his legacy. A Samoan werewolf who lost the match but owns the narrative. And a man from AEW watching it all unfold, sending love to one brother and a warning to the beast that's threatening to consume everything. This story is nowhere near over. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the wrestling streams familia. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jacob Fatu eventually takes that title? And do you think Moxley's warning lands, or does Fatu ignore it and pay the price? Wrestling streams. No filler. Just fire.